What did I see on my first trip back to the US after 2 years in Europe? Lots of things. Water fountains everywhere. Medication you can pick up and go. There were tourism posters for my home. San Juan was something else entirely. Felt like a place where other people would go, and was unreal for me to see and be a part of. We went to the rainforest, and I swam in a waterfall, and I was surrounded by plants that I guess I knew existed in the wild, but had always thought of as the things you keep in your house in pots. There was beautiful flowers and foliage everywhere. And the Caribbean was salty and hot. I didn't want to leave, but I was so glad I had the opportunity to go for a family wedding. When we left the Caribbean, we flew to what I think of as home, Rochester, New York. We went with my family to the Rochester Public Library, which is maybe my favorite library in the world. The old building has this beautiful atrium full of light, full of wood. Even the exterior is covered with quotations about different disciplines and areas of study. The one about literature is incredibly beautiful. Literature, the storehouse of knowledge, the fulcrum of the lever of progress. The new building, oh, I remember it being built so tall and beautiful, with a children's room that I still love to go to get out books for my nieces and nephews or for myself. My friend Abigail and I went to Houghton College together as undergrads and returned together over the weekend for homecoming. It's the first time I've been, and it's as beautiful as I remembered. There's a walk up Centerville Road where you can see for miles, and it was just turning to fall. I used to walk that walk every week, every Sunday, and it was a joy to be there. I saw so many classmates while I was at homecoming. It was beautiful. During my time, I was also on the train a lot. I went from Rochester to New York, which is a train ride that is spectacularly beautiful. I know the Amtrak is nothing compared to the trains of Europe, that it is slow, that it is often late, and that it's not even that inexpensive, but oh, on a fall day, it is beautiful. It's hard to show in these pictures how much red there was. In western New York, a lot of the trees that turn early are the ones that turn most brilliantly, the sugar maples, the sumac, the oak. I took a bus from my cousins into New York City and was welcomed by the bewildering and familiar New Jersey strip mall. I lived in New Jersey for a year and spent what felt like 90% of my time driving. I was very glad to be a passenger on this bus, and very glad to visit with my sister and my brother in New York City. My sister lives in New York, although she'd never been to the top of the new World Trade Center. She was very, very good at pointing out locations, telling us where to look, the names of all the bridges. It's clear New York is her home, every last bit of it. And it's interesting to think about where mine is. Rochester, Leiden, New Jersey, Houghton, the time I spent in Virginia. New York is my sister's, even with all of its tragedy. And I guess I am still looking for the stop that's mine, but grateful for everyone along the way. New York City may not be my home, but I certainly do love New York. Then back across the Atlantic, and as they say in the nursery rhyme, home again, jiggity jig.